All right. I'm doing this from a very different location than I'm used to on my laptop because I can't sit at the kitchen table. My kids are playing video games. So I'm in my room and I do apologize for the background, but it is what it is. I hope you're all doing well. Happy Thursday. Doing this a day early as I'm taking my kids to a concert tomorrow. So I will not be around um, for that. So I won't be able to do Financial Fridays. And not a lot is going on in the financial world. The markets are down. We're in a bear run. And I'll just go over some brief finances with you. Um, so today we've got, let's see, Ethereum's down. Bitcoin is up 11% to 25 grand. Ethereum's down 3%, 0.3% to about 1630. Cardano's down. So the market is up and down, up and down. Like I said, it's still a bear market. The bull run isn't going to happen until 2024. Now, I want you to think about 2024. Think of those numbers 2024. Add them all up 2024. 2 plus 0 is 2, plus another 2 is 4. Add another 4 for the 4, and that equals 8. That is an infinity number, meaning 2024, if you've invested in crypto, that is your infinity year, meaning this is the year 2024 where millionaires are made, generational wealth is made. Bitcoin does its halving again, so I do highly recommend investing in some Bitcoin because once that halves, it halves every 4 years. Um, you can make a nice little chunk of change, but I know the market, it's tough. You have to have a stomach of steel to deal with the crypto market more than the stocks because crypto is more volatile. So up and down, up and down, up and down. And that's going to be the norm. Like I think right now, let me grab my phone because I have the exchanges. I have an exchange on my phone. Let's go look at something here. So right now everything is up. Uh, XDC is up to 5 cents. XLM is up to 12. H bar has dropped. Wow, H bar got down to 4. That definitely get in there and buy some H bar. Hash graph is the future. That is a crypto that is going to explode, and it may not explode next year. It may be a few years from now, but that H bar hash graph is definitely one to invest in. It is now down to 4 cents a share. Hell, as soon as I get off of here, I'm probably going in to buy $20. Okay, at 4 cents a share. Like I said, Bitcoin is down to 25,832. XRP is up. It was at 49 cents yesterday and it's up to 50. So if you have not done any XRP, get on in there and buy some XRP. Another one I invest in, and I don't have much. I have like $12 in it. Is a V chain, VET. I don't know. I don't invest a whole lot with them because they stay pretty low, but right now they're at 1 cent a share. So throwing 10 or $20 in couldn't hurt. Um, Ocean is up, which is a good thing. That's my AI thing. And this is only coming from my Uphold. I'm not looking at Coinbase right now, just the Uphold. But so yeah, the markets are kind of volatile, up and down, up and down. And in the news today, ARK Invests and 21 Shares seeks an SEC approval for groundbreaking spot and Ethereum ETF. And let's see what else is there. Let me scroll down. Hold on. I want to type something in here. Bear with me, kids. Okay. The Department of Justice freezes assets on former Cellulose CEO Alex Mashinsky amid fraud charges. So, when we're dealing with platforms to invest our crypto in, it is advised to be very cautious about who, like Cellulose, FTX, which is getting ready to relaunch. I wouldn't touch those companies with a 10-foot pole. The other thing that's coming up here is that 22 crypto billionaires and 88.200 crypto millionaires worldwide. This is from Crypto Wealth. So there's with crypto, there crypto has created 22 new billionaires and 88,200 millionaires worldwide. And that's just now. Wait till next year at this time and see how many more millionaires and billionaires there are, because once that bull run hits, there's a lot of you out there, they're going to be kicking yourselves in the ass going, why didn't I invest? Let's see, what else do I have here? China's Shandong province plans to grow a metaverse market to about 20.5 billion by 2025. China is really the uh, what's the word I'm looking for here? They're really on the forefront of centralized digital currency. They're really vamping up things and getting processes going. Uh, what else is there? And there's not a whole lot. I have not done a whole lot in the financial world. I've kind of just monitored my own stuff. After the fires, we have terrible flood. Oh no. I'm so sorry, Antonia. Welcome, by the way. Happy Thursday. Um, yeah, the floods. This has been a bad season, and next summer, unfortunately, is going to get worse. It's not going to get better. Um, one of the reasons I came on here, I had a long discussion last night. If you haven't seen my Patreon message to all of you, go and watch that. I'm not going to discuss a whole lot of it here. But there was a mistake on the energy forecast. I corrected that. Fall equinox, start of fall is not the 21st, it is the 23rd. I looked at the calendar wrong. That is on me. That's my mistake. I should do better. I know. So not a whole lot is going on in the financial world. But someone had asked me the other day, hold on, I want to explain this to you. What is an ETF? Someone said to me, ETFs. I see all these, blockchains getting ETFs, and this is getting ETFs. Now, an ETF is, I'm trying to explain how, hold on. I'm going to explain it to you in the best way I know how. Now, the ETFs are exchange traded funds. Damn it. Where did it go? Bear with me. I'm working on my laptop and she's a touchy bitch. That's all I can say here. Okay, so an ETF is really an exchange traded fund. They're investment companies that pool money and from investors to buy stocks, they buy bonds, they could buy assets. ETFs are similar to like mutual funds, but they trade on an exchange like a stock. ETFs can track a specific index, sector, commodity, and other assets. And you're noticing companies like BlackRock are buying Bitcoin ETFs. Big BlackRock in general, since the Maui fires have been making some really bold moves. And when we talk New World Order, they are the New World Order. They own everything from our media to everything. Everything. They have their hands in everything. Products, you know, them and Vanguard, they go hand in hand. So they're buying up ETFs like crazy, especially Bitcoin, because what I'm trying to say here is I'm not sure what date it is when Bitcoin does its halving, but when that happens, it's going to be major. Okay. So if you are invested in any Bitcoin, I don't have a lot of Bitcoin, but what I do have will make me a couple of thousand, maybe 10 grand, hopefully, fingers crossed. Like I said, I don't have a lot, but what I do have, I'm hoping will make me something. And that is about, they're everywhere and they have their hands in everything. And the Lahaina fires are, there's, like I said, I've been doing this on TikTok where I'm telling people something's very fishy. And when you're watching the financial moves that BlackRock is making, especially during the beginning of like August 6th, 7th, 8th. Now, that happened in Lahaina and Hawaii on the 8th, late at night. So, do I think this was a planned fire? Absolutely. Do I think this is a property grab? Absolutely. Natives are pissed there, and they have every right to be pissed. Um, Hawaii was not our state. It may be the 50th state, but we colonized it. We have no rights to that land. Um, and I'm starting to see Oprah Winfrey in a very different light. My husband has always hated her. I never knew why. I'm like, why do you hate Oprah? And what did this woman ever do to you? He just told me she's a phony. And now I'm starting to think, maybe he was right. There is a lot of dirty hands, like you said, Antonia, dirty hands. Um, she's sitting there getting on there with The Rock, and I used to love The Rock, and I'm so disappointed in both of these people, but it is what it is. They're the Hollywood elite. She's sitting there about how people need to give money. Bitch, you are a billionaire, okay? You give money. He come to find out that Oprah, a day or two before those fires broke out, had her property on Maui guarded by she hired private firefighters and private security. Nothing happened to her home. So what I'm saying is, how in the fuck, Oprah, did you know this was going to happen? She is a puppet, and some of the things I'm hearing about where she grooms children for the elites and things like that. Now, that's, I could sit there and go, my God, that's a QAnon thing. But there's more and more Hollywood actors coming out exposing her. And I'll be honest, one of my favorite comedians and actresses was named Monique. She, very foul mouthed black woman, loved her. Oprah ruined her career in some way, and she spoke out. Good afternoon, Melly. I hope you're doing well. She spoke out, and now you don't see Monique in anything anymore. I loved her. She was in that movie Fat Girls or Fat Chicks or something. I love that movie. It's hilarious. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. But it has a good moral to the story, and it's all about body image. So it's a good movie. But yeah, something very fishy going on over there in Lahaina. I don't know. I really do think that was a planned fire, and they're doing a money grab. And you see, this is where TikTok comes in handy because mainstream media doesn't report on it, okay? Because they're owned by BlackRock, probably. Uh, Mainstream media doesn't report on it, and this is the good thing about being on TikTok is you could see the locals reporting on stuff. This is factual. It's real. It's raw. So the days of trying to hide things are kind of over. We know. And this is why they want to ban TikTok, because they don't like that. They don't like that app because there's a lot of crap on TikTok too, but sometimes I've seen TikTok do things for good as well. Um, so there's that. Melly says, very dirty hands and audacity for celebrities to ask for donations when Americans are struggling. Exactly. That is my point exactly. Americans right now cannot afford rent. They can't afford gas. They can't afford food. Um, we are suffering. And if Saudi Arabia and Russia have it their way, this is going to be a very dark winter for us. Gas prices are going to go up. The Saudis are trying to crush us, and they're in cahoots with Russia and probably North Korea. Yep, Greeks too. And if Saudi Arabia plans to do what they're planning to do with the oil, Saudi Arabia doesn't like Biden. Okay. And as I go further into 2024 with my software, I'm telling you right now, it's not going to be Trump and it's not going to be Biden. I'm telling you, it's a whole new family going in. And Kamala Harris on TikTok yesterday or the day before did a Freudian slip, as I call it. A Freudian slip. She was talking about when the vice president has to take over. And she did this Freudian slip saying, "Well, when Biden's not able to do his job anymore, I'm ready to step in." And I'm going, and then she goes, "Well, let me rephrase this." Then she backed it up a little and she changed the wording a little bit, but this Freudian slip was still there. So there's that. But I think it's going to be a whole new family. I can't speculate yet whether it's Democrat or Republican. I'm going to go and start once. Like I said, my main software, my PC is down. It's at the shop with the computer technician, and my operating system crashed. So that's taking a little longer to fix because of what it was. So I can't DJ. I'm having a hard time doing recordings for readings. Um, so I'm kind of in limbo right now. But once that comes back, things will get back to normal. Um, I wanted to show you guys something. Okay. I'll do that in a minute. But yes, you're right, Melly, with the donations. You're millionaires and billionaires. You donate the damn money. Um, I'm going to go look at Oprah's stars. I've never really looked at her stars before. So now, before I get into the fun stuff, because I'm going to end this on fun stuff, I want to say something. Now, obviously, Patreons will have the heads up about exactly what's going to happen, what dates, everything. But October, as we move into the month, I want you all to enjoy the month of September as much as you can, because I don't think October is going to be very good at all. Okay. And I haven't been able to sleep in the last 4 days. I've maybe gotten 10 hours of sleep. Yeah, it's not good. I can't shut my mind off. And another friend of mine that lives down in Costa Rica, he is a psychic. He was saying the same thing. I can't I keep seeing something coming in October, and I go, that's what my issue is as well. And he was asking me, what am I seeing? And I said, well, I'm very concerned about Russia and North Korea. Those are two countries that totally hate us. And we are in a dragon's tail in Libra. Now, Libra in its positive state is about balance. It's about harmony. It's about the balance. It's about the scales and the balance of things. it's about, what else can I say about Libra and it's positive? Balance, harmony. It's about diplomacy, peace, harmony. But when the tail's there, it's quite the opposite. And it's I have a very bad feeling about Putin and nukes, okay? He is unhinged. He is power hungry. They hate the United States, which for good reason. Our government isn't exactly doing what's right lately. But I wouldn't put it past Putin to try and nuke us. North Korea could give it a try. I'm not saying that we're going to get nuked, but that is a possibility. Okay. I'm worried that Putin's going to nuke like not Russia, Germany or Poland or one of the NATO countries as well. Um, and that concerns me too because I went and looked at how much power NATO has nuke wise, and they own the most nukes in the world. So there is one way to save yourself from nuclear war. There's only one thing you can do in regards to nuclear war that you could save yourself. You want to know what that is? I'm going to tell you. You bend over and you kiss your ass goodbye. Nobody wins. The United States just sent another $1 billion to Ukraine while we here in the United States are suffering. People are going hungry. People have no health insurance. People are dying. You don't hear about that in the media, though. But yes, let's give another fucking $1 billion to Ukraine. Now, in the beginning, when all this started, I said, okay, give some money to Ukraine. Let's help those people out to defend themselves. But this is getting ridiculous now, okay? I'm all for helping our allies, but this is getting to the point to where the people of these countries where the money is being borrowed from are the ones suffering. So yes, I do think Putin might try something in October. I hope I'm wrong. Kim Jong-un could be doing something. Okay. There is a master plan to try and tank the United States. Now, will that happen? Well, it took more than one day for Rome to fall, and the United States is on a process. I think of the tower cards. Think of the tower card in tarot. What does the tower card represent? It represents drastic change. It represents everything has to be broken down and rebuilt back up. That's the tower card. And that's what's happening to the United States. Now, the United States is a Cancer nation, but it has a dragon's head in Leo. So the United States will always be the king in some ways, and in some things. But sometimes countries have to fall a little in order for them to rise up again, to be the great nation that they once were. We once were a great nation. We built great things. We helped people. We did great things. We're not doing that anymore. Okay. Um, what else can I say about this topic before I move on to happier things? Europe too? Yes, Europe's in the same boat. Um, Europe's in the same boat. I'm actually waiting right now for my passport to arrive. Once because I let my passport expire. Once my passport arrives, I am heading to Sicily. I'm planning in the next 5 years to be living in Italy. I don't plan on living here anymore. I am getting all my ducks in a row. I have to wait for my youngest child to graduate from college, but my oldest said, "Hey, you buy something, I'll go there. I'll man the house." So we're in those stages right now. Yes, you will be closer to me, love. I can ferry over to you. You can ferry over to me. We can have wine and enjoy good food. So yes, I am thinking of moving and getting my Italian citizenship because um, I found out this week that the way citizenships are handed out to people of Italian descent are a little different. They're called heritage citizenships, and they you get them a lot quicker. And it does help that I actually have family in Italy, in Puglia, that run an olive oil company. So I have family that are established and making lots of good money. And so that helps. But I will be getting in on a uh, citizens, a heritage citizenship over basic citizenship because of my grandparents. And my mother can get one too if she wanted. She just said to me the other day at 85, going on 86, I don't think there's much hope for me. So, but I told her never say never. I am looking for a slower pace of life, is what I'm looking for. Um, and the United States is not a slow pace anymore. It's fast, it's furious, it's dangerous. It's scary to live here now. I always think when I'm walking into a Walmart, am I going to get shot today? I mean, I literally sit and use this book and my days of caution that I give my Patreons, and I literally plan out where I'm going and what I'm doing by the stars because I'm afraid. I'm afraid of the people around me and guns. And I'm not one of those people that carries a gun in my purse. We were gun owners. I could not possibly carry a gun in my purse. With my Sicilian temper, I would kill some. I'd be in jail. I mean, even my kids are like, no, no guns for you. There's no way in hell I could possibly conceal and carry. Um, but yeah, this country is not what it's used to be, and I'm a little scared. Now, talking about October, may not be nuclear war. We may be in for a very big civil war here in the United States. All I know is October is going to be a horrible month for the world at large. There will not be peace. There will be violence. Okay. With the dragon's head sitting in Aries, it is the Lord of War. It wants war. Its military is fueled, locked, loaded, and ready. And this is globally. This isn't just the United States. This is everywhere, every country. But the United States is on the brink of a civil war. I can feel it. And that could be one of the reasons I'm not sleeping well at night. Sometimes intuitives and sensitives and even psychics um, do have issues with sleeping because they're getting downloads. Uh, I am probably going to do some divination on this. Like I said, I'm getting ready to enjoy a concert with my kids tomorrow, so I'm not going to focus on it. But over the weekend, I'm going to do some divination on this and get a little more answers. But it's a scary world out there, and I just want a better life. That's all. That's all. I just want a better life. My cat wants in. Anyway, enough talk about that. I I am getting prepared for the court. Oh God. Private message me, Antonia, and give me the date so I can look and see if you're operating on one of your good or bad days. Okay. Um, just shoot me an email or message me in Patreon privately, and I'll look into it. I know I was probably supposed to go look at his stars, and I haven't had any time. Um, I'm not going to say much on here, but you're going to understand what's going on in my life once you go into Patreon. Okay. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. But yes, just keep your eye, enjoy September. Just enjoy every damn moment in September. Live life to the fullest because I don't like what I'm seeing for October. And I'll be honest, I should have. I will be right back. I got to get something. Bear with me. I'm sorry, kids. All right, I'm back. All right. So yes, enjoy November, enjoy September because October is going to get really ugly for the world at large. For the United States, it's going to get ugly within the housing market, within security. You know, the fourth house does rule emotional foundations, and this dragon is riding on the United States' fourth house, meaning people are losing their homes, people are foreclosing, people are homeless. There's a rise in the homelessness. I was talking to an old friend of mine that I used to work with years ago in the school system. And when I was working in the school systems between 2013 and 2020, we did have a rise in homelessness amongst our students. At that time, there were about 30% within the entire district that were either sleeping in their cars or they were staying in with other family members. Now, a friend of mine messaged me when orientation started this year for school, and that was back in early August, first week in August. In California, schools start in August. And she says to me, I just about fell on the freaking floor when they told us the statistics for the homeless rate and how many students in that one district are homeless. So rewind back to 2016 when it was at 30%. Fast forward 5 years, 6 years, the homeless rate in this one California town is now at 55%. So half the school district's students, parents are homeless and either living in a car, living in the streets, or in a shelter, or living with relatives. That's disgusting. That is absolutely disgusting. So there's that, and it's going to get worse for the United States before it gets better. Now, I am wake up every morning and I say to myself, I'm thankful for everything that I have. I may not have the biggest of homes. I live in a manufactured home in the country, rural, but my house is paid for. I pay no rent. The only thing I pay is property tax and the upkeep of the home. So I'm thankful every day when I get up because I'm in a better position than most. And I know that. I'm fully aware of that. Others aren't so lucky. And I've been in that position, living paycheck to paycheck, figuring out how I'm going to feed the kids and pay the rent. It's a shitty feeling and it sucks. And when people's rents keep going up and up and up, California is one of the most unaffordable places to live in the entire United States next to New York City. So there's that. But for the month of October, I'm going to give you, normally I only share this with Patreon, but I want all of you out there to jot these dates down. Okay. Just give me a second here because I'm blind. So around October 15th, 16th, something like that, something is going to happen. It's either going to be some kind of a war. There's going to be some drama. Now, um, for those of you that were in my Patreon and also for the Blue Moon forecast, I said that the Middle East will make some major news, and they did. There's some crazy shit going down in Israel a couple of days ago. So there you go. There's that. Stars never lie. Um, and it's not that I'm going by what the software is telling me. So like I said, stars never lie. When I see something, usually it's going to happen, and it's just because of the way the stars are reading. I knew something was going to happen in the Middle East. I didn't go to the extreme of saying it was Israel because it could have been another country. It could have been Jordan. It could have been Syria. It's part of the Middle East. Pisces energy rules the Middle East. Think about where all three religions have erected from: Christianity, Judaism, Islam. Middle East. It is a Pisces area. It's fueled by religion. Pisces is the religious sign of the zodiac. So just be aware of the 15th and the 16th, maybe even the 17th. It's going to get kind of gnarly for the month of October. But that's October. I want you to enjoy this month as much as possible. So let's do a witchy haul. Okay. Now I showed you, and then I will pull a few cards. I showed you the witchy box I got last month, and it was all Egyptian themed. Okay. Well, one thing I am really into is hermetics. I'm really into um, Egyptian history, Egyptian philosophy. I'm into hermetics, as above, so below. So I was a very bad lady, and the witch's moon has a smaller box called the witch's roots. Okay. And I ordered it because I had to have it for several different reasons, but one of my favorite deities, and a deity that I've worked with for years, is Isis. Okay, I have a big tattoo of her on my back, and I have worked with this deity for years, since I was a teenager, when I started um, my journey at about, well, I dabbled in this as a kid, but I really started my journey at about 16. So I had to order the smaller box because it was all about Isis. Isis. It's a gnarly glare there. Get a little cool Egyptian card with it. I can't read what the card says. This is a very bad angle. But so this is a much smaller box. This is the $29 box and not the $50 box like I usually get. So get a little red jasper, which I have tons of this red jasper. But one of the main reasons I got this was for the oil, because I'm just a sucker. So I got the Isis oil. Along with the Isis oil, I got a small Isis statue. The golden draw incense. So yes, this is a smaller one. It's kind of nice to show you this one because it is a little more affordable than the other one. I get a gold little. I'm going to be making this size beeswax candle, but you get a beeswax candle. This is to honor the goddess. It's all anointed and ready to go. But I'm going to be making these in my store eventually. I'm waiting for a bunch of, I just put in a big beeswax order. Um, I'm starting subscription boxes in 2024. And that's all I'm going to say for now. I'm test piloting them in the next couple of months, but I will be selling these. So you get one of those. What else? This is a tea. Remember last month I got the chai tea? Well, in this one, it's just one bag and it's called Psychic Eye Tea. And one bag of herbs, and this is the Isis herbs. It's all about Isis. And that is it. It is a much smaller version than the one I usually get, but I wanted the things that were in them, so I couldn't resist. Keep saying I'm going to cancel, and I probably will eventually, especially once I start doing my own. But for now, I'm just going to keep buying. All right. I'll put that all away after. Right, so today I am working with the energy oracle cards. If you want a reading, just say yes. If you want me to pull a card for you, I will pull a card. Right now, I'm just going to shuffle. Okay, Antonia, I shall do that. All right, bear with me. I'm going to have to turn this light on. I'm sorry, but I'm blind and I can't see. All right, Spirit, what messages do you have for Antonia? What messages do you have? Woo, that one jumped out. I don't know if you're going to like this one, Antonia. It is caring connections. I actually have never drawn this card before. Like I said, there's a few cards in this deck. There's a few cards in this deck that I have never pulled before, and this is one of them. So this is card number 14, and it's called Caring Connections, and I will read it from the book because, like I said, I've never pulled this one before. There's always a first, right? Right. It is in the upright, and that is a good thing. But let's see what it says, shall we? I know that's bright and horrible, but I'm blind. This is about friendship, partnership of two, possible love. So this doesn't necessarily mean romance. It could be a new friendship coming in, okay? This card shows a couple in a tender embrace with a woman holding the blossom of new love. Like the community card, this reveals a caring connection, but usually between two people only. This card upright signals the beginning or deepening of a kindred spirit friendship or even a appearance of a new love. It can also signify a formal business partnership. Okay, Melly. So this Antonia is telling me that there is a friend connection coming. Maybe you'll make friends with the judge. Wouldn't that be funny? There's a friend's connection coming here, and it's going to help and benefit you business wise. Absolutely. So it doesn't necessarily mean romantic. And you and I have talked before about that department. And so I know exactly how you feel. However, this is what I always tell, a lot of my clients that are, some of my clients will come at me and go, I'm looking for love. And I always tell them, then stop looking. Once you stop looking, it'll come. I don't know what it is. Stop looking and it'll appear. So, like I said, but this card, it can go one of two ways. It can be a good, this can be a soulmate. Soulmates are not just lovers. Soulmates are mother and daughter, mother and son, father and daughter, best friends. Soulmates are, I'm sorry, there's a big semi parked in front of my house, and I'm like, well, what the hell? Anyway, soulmates are not just lovers. I am planning a new business with my nephew. That could be what this is. I don't blame you. I wouldn't want one either. So I don't play. This is a good card. Okay. Very positive. All right, Melly, you're next. I am sorry about the bright light, but I can't see. See, at my desk, I have a little spotlight that clips. And when I'm doing readings, it just shines off to the side right on the card. But like I said, I'm sitting here at my bedside right now. And it is what it is. All right, Melly, you are up next. Let me give it a couple of shuffles. All right, Spirit. Wait. All right, Spirit. Oh my God, the whole deck just exploded. What messages do you have for Melly? All right, Melly. This card that popped up upright is card number 13, and it's called Financial Constraints. So I'll read that to you. It's probably signifying there might be, you're very welcome, Antonia. It's kind of signifying that there might be some financial issues. Financial constraints are really just that. This is saying it's about restrictions concerning money. So there could be some money constrictions. Maybe your money has to go to other places, um, college tuition, rent, uh, student loans, who knows? But when this card is drawn, this, like I said, I need the light. This card shows an old fashioned safe with little money, but lots of cobwebs and dust. Money may be tight at this time. So let me hold the card back up. Money may be hard at this time. So rein in your spending and be um, circumspect. What is that? Be a little more aware of your finances and financial requirements. This is not the time to indulge, so be aware of what's really important. It's really basically saying, the card is saying, needs over wants it right now because of money situations. Things There's a big difference between when you need and what you want. Geez, I just said that. I don't even think I need this book. I think I could do it on my own. So this is just about tightening the belt buckle. I wish it was a better card, okay? But Melly, please remember, we are in a waning moon phase. Now Jupiter has just gone retrograde. So when Jupiter goes retrograde, what this card signifies is that you will need to find more creative ways of making money. I know a lot of people who work and then have side hustles, and their side hustles actually become more lucrative than their regular paying job. So I don't want you to take this card as a negative, because even in my own forecast to my Patreons, I told them this is the time these next 2 weeks to plan, prepare. Even if money is tight, put yourself on a budget of some sort. So there's that. But this is just telling you it will get better. Please remember we have a new moon in Virgo coming on the what? What is that? The 14th, I think. Things will get better. And this is a card that's not for the long term. So like this, me pulling this card for both of you ladies is really for the next week per se, maybe the next 5 days. So money's tight all around, but especially it gets tighter when the moon is waning, if that makes any sense, Melly. I hope that helps. I wish I'd had a better card. I guarantee you, come the full moon, it'll be a, oh my gosh. Okay, well, hey, now that's okay because you actually need a car to get to work. Okay, so that's not really a want. That's kind of a need in this day and age. uh, you need an automobile to get from point A to point B, unless you live in a city like New York where you have public transportation. Um, that's a different story. So the new car is great, and that may be the financial burden that's placed upon you. Um, but just know it will get better. Okay. I think the world at large is in a state of shock with finances. And like I said, be prepared during winter because gas prices are going to go sky high, especially here in the United States. Um, it's going to be it's not going to be like last year, Christmas wise. People are going to have to tighten their belt buckles just a little bit to make ends meet. And I really wish I could have better news, but I have a feeling that's why my channel doesn't do as well as other people's channels, is because I don't sugarcoat it. I can't. I just I think that's a real uh it's a word I'm looking for. It doesn't benefit the world when you sit there and make things up and just say everything's going to be a-okay. Okay. We are going to be hungry. Everything is destroyed. Yes, yes, famine is coming. Yeah, I agree. I've put a tight budget now that I had to get it. Okay, that's probably what the card is. It's the car. And that's okay. Like I said, we all, you need a car to get to work. You need a car to get from point A to point B. So there's that. And that's okay. Plants, trees, animals. I agree. I agree. It's a sorry state of affairs. But let's think of the positive, in some ways. Um, this dragon's head is about us as humans stepping in and taking action against the, I don't want to say the patriarchy, but action against the suppressors, the people who keep you down. Um, I do see an uprising here, and it's an uprising of the little guy too, but it's also an uprising of the left and the right. And I just exactly your dragon's head. You've got it. In order to succeed in life, the human spirit must be riding their dragon's head, not their tail. It's something I've always learned in this method of astrology. To ride your head is to ride it to success. It is taking you out of your comfort zone, but you have to be out of your comfort zone in order to succeed. And that goes for the dragon's tail as well. When we're riding our tail, we're not supposed to ride our tail, but we feel very comfortable riding that tail because we've done it before in past incantations, in past lifetimes. See, you feel strong and positive, and that's good. You should. This is the kind of energy. If you have a dragon's head in Aries, these next 18 months, you can move mountains if you wanted to. That's how powerful this energy is. You could literally move mountains, and wherever this falls by house and sign. So, best of luck to you, Antonia. Melly, hang in there, babe. It'll get better. And, sometimes you got to make those hard decisions. But if I remember what you do for a living, you will never go unemployed. People are always going to have rotten teeth. I should know. I have more problems with dental issues than anything else in my entire life. So, anyway, you ladies have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I know I wasn't going to be on here this long, but it has been a while since I've been on here. And it's not because I haven't wanted to. It's just my laptop is not the greatest for broadcasting, but I do it. And I know it's not the most professional to sit here at my bed and broadcast to you, but it is what it is. And I just got to kind of, Mercury's in retrograde. Nothing's going to go right. I knew this would be a bad retrograde for me because of all the Virgo in my chart. Mercury's in Virgo. So for those of you out there who are having a time with this retrograde, you probably have a lot of Virgo in your chart because that's who it's messing with the most. Hang in there. A couple more weeks. We'll be out of this. Good night, Antonia. Melly, good night to you too, or good afternoon. Have a good one. All of you out there, have a great weekend. I will try and get back on here maybe on Sunday if I can. And all of you out there, be safe, and I will see you soon. Ciao, Bella. Mwah.